So God, as punishment to women for original sin in Genesis 3:16, you said, I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception. In sorrow you shall bring forth children, and your desire shall be to your husband, and he shall rule over you. Then in Genesis 3:17 through 18, you told men, Cursed is the ground for your sake. In sorrow shall you eat of it all the days of your life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to you, and you shall eat the herb of the field. Jesus supposedly came along and died for humankind's sins. If you pardon the crime, you have to remove the punishment. So why do women who accept Jesus as their Savior still suffer painful childbirth? The husband ruling over the wife thing? Many women, rightly so, whether or not they accept Jesus, have stood up for equality. But those husbands that still think they rule, why have you not told them that they do not rule? Why do farmers who accept Jesus as their Savior still have trouble growing crops? They still have to deal with weeds, which you referred to as thistles, pests that damage crops like bugs and birds, and damage due to weather or lack of weather. No comment, huh? Okay, I will move on. Why is it when Noah's Ark came to rest in Turkey, all of the marsupials hightailed it to Australia? That's about 8,300 miles, at least 500 of them by sea. A kangaroo at its fastest speed takes 21.6 days of non-stop hopping to go that far. They can swim, but I don't know how fast they can swim, and ocean currents are likely to be too strong for them. Another marsupial, the koala, they sleep 20 hours a day and do not move very fast, and there is no food for them between Turkey and Australia. In fact, since a flood that deep would have killed all the plants, there would be no food for any herbivore. The carnivores and omnivores could eat the herbivores and each other until only one animal was left to starve to death. Still no comment? Okay, how about you answer this one? There's plenty of evidence, for examples, the fossil similarities and the fact that they fit together like a jigsaw puzzle, that Africa and South America were at one time joined together. The points that fit together are now about 4,900 kilometers apart. How could that have happened in the 10,000 years since you said you created the Earth? To travel 4,900 kilometers in 10,000 years is 1.3 meters, 4.3 feet per day. That would be noticeable. And at that speed, earthquakes at the edge of the plates would be constant or nearly so. Really? Still nothing to say for yourself? Moving on. You say the Israelites were in Egypt for 430 years, and when they left there were 600,000 men. Adding women and children, you are likely talking at least 1.5 million Israelites. How did such a huge population live there for centuries and leave absolutely no archaeological evidence? Okay, you're probably angry that I asked questions you do not have the answers for, so I need to check. Does your anger last forever as it says here? Jeremiah 17:4. For you have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. Or does your anger not last forever as you said here? Jeremiah 3:12. Said the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever. Now for some reality. Women have pain in childbirth because we humans have big brains and therefore big heads and proportionally big bodies when we are born. Farming is difficult because of many factors contribute to weather, so droughts, hail, and other weather disasters sometimes happen. Farming is also difficult because other forms of life, weeds, birds, insects, need to survive as well, and sometimes they do that by invading our fields. Men do not rule over women no matter what an ancient book of myths says. Marsupials evolved in Australia and did not run there from a mythical grounded boat in Turkey. Africa and South America have both been moving away from the mid-Atlantic ridge for about 130 million years, not 10,000 years. There is no archaeological evidence of the Israelites living in Egypt because the Moses freeing the Israelite slaves from Egypt story is just a myth. And God does not anger forever because you have to exist to be angry. Reality trumps mythology.